Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly show, SNG Now, where we show you what's going on around the studio and what we've been working on. And we also would encourage you to join us at our Patreon account, which is, of course, www.patreon.com/Steve Neill, or you can just look at the link down here that I will remember to put up this time. And if you do that, you'll be able to have access to shows beyond the one you're watching right now, longer shows about how we're building this model and all the techniques we used in it to do that, as well as props and makeup and costumes and scratch-built models and sculpting and art and all kinds of things, fabrication, making things in general. You can learn the trade, you can learn the craft if you watch our longer videos, which take you step by step through the processes we do. So a lot of people are enjoying it. I enjoy doing it, but we do the 4-minute show so we can at least give you a taste of what we do around here. This is, of course, the Mobius Discovery model, and I've been working away on it with the help of Elliot Brown and Falcon Wear at Shapeways. I've been able to get the right size pods. Original ones I got from Shapeways were quite large and were not scale. It would not fit through the doors. You can see the difference between the two. This one here is the one that I originally got from Shapeways, and it's very nice. But then I got this one from Shapeways from Falcon Wear, and you can see clearly that these are smaller, and this is the correct scale size. You'll notice that I've got the headlights lit up, and you can learn how I did that in the in-depth video, which will be in part 7 of this build. Also, in addition to that, you can see Elliot's interior with Gary Lockwood sitting inside at the window. And of course, there's a complete interior inside behind this pod too, and I mean a complete interior with everything. So this has been a great build. I've really been enjoying this a lot. Of course, this is from my favorite movie of all time, 2001, which it is currently the 50th anniversary of, and I've been doing a lot of stuff with regards to that, like building the Moonwatcher head, building Star Child, and again, you can see the in-depth videos and the articles that we're writing too on Patreon, our Patreon account. So become a patron there, and it's $3 a month, it's 10 cents a day, and you get access to a lot of cool stuff. So what else have we been working on? We've been working on a model build of the Mobius again, Seaview from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. And of course, this is a radio-controlled model build. This will dive and surface. Most of you know about that. Some of you are new and don't realize that this is just not another Mobius submarine build. This is one that will actually function going to water. I just recently got the both nacelles on. I have the right and the left on now. And of course, we have the ability to lower and raise the stern planes for our pitch control. We also have our rudder control. And of course, inside here, we have, you could probably just make out those brass things there. And those are connected to the propellers. And what connects to those are these extended dog bones. Now, what I've done is I've broken the dog bones in half, like so I can extend them and make them longer to reach into these connectors right here. I'll pull the cylinder out. And they connect here, and so when the motors turn, so does the shaft with the dog bone on the end. And that dog bone connects into here. Can you just see that? Yeah, you can. And I can turn this from almost any angle. So if you look inside the tube there, you'll see the propeller turning. And that's how we get an angle that tapers to the cylinder and out to the prop and still are able to turn it. So that's what we've been doing this week with this model, and this has been the busiest part of it, is doing this end. And next week, now that this is all completed, I'm going to move on to doing the forward dive planes. This is the mechanism for it, and we're documenting all of this in an in-depth film, so you can watch that too. You can see how a plastic model kit can be turned into the submarine of your dreams that you can actually take out to the lake and have happen to you what happened to me. One day I was out there and I'm watching my sea view underwater, and this guy walks up to me and he says, "What are you doing?" And I looked at him. He was kind of annoyed, and I said, "I'm running my radio-controlled submarine." And he said, "Oh, come on. Really? Come on, that's so stupid. I'm not falling for that." So I surfaced the sea view, and as it came up, he went, that's the sea view. Martha! He ran off to get his wife to bring it back. So moments like that are what make this worthwhile. But something is there. You've heard me say it before many times. It's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost done. Well, Baltazar Garcia and myself have been working on it for the last week, and I just did the last cut, put in the last shot, and it's ready for sound mix. It will be done for sure end of next week. And we have Paul Gentry coming up, and he's going to supervise some of the things that are left to be done on it, which are just minor tweaks. So it's finally finished, and we can move on to the next film project, and we're very excited about that here. And soon, you'll be able to see the film, but we'll let you know more about that as that develops. Oh yes, there's something I forgot to talk about. Starting next week, we're going to start another video series for SNG that will be available if you're a Patreon subscriber. You'll be able to have access to the beginning of where I'm going to introduce the project and talk about its history and my work on the film, Laser Blast. We are going to recreate the gun. A long time ago, for Christmas, I gave a good friend of mine, Doug Murray, one heck of a collector and a neat guy, the Laser Blast gun as a gift. Now, over time, it rotted away somewhat. Some of the parts that were made out of rubber stuff started to rot. So he gave it to a gentleman he very much trusted named Jim Latta. Jim took it and was going to restore it. And that was the last we ever saw of the gun. It's been over 20 years and that gun has disappeared. So we're going to recreate the gun. After all, I'm the guy that built it. So there's no one better qualified to rebuild this gun and take you through the history of the whole movie and my efforts and my work in it, including playing the alien, because we're going to recreate the makeup too. And that starts next week. At the end of next week, we're going to start the first segment. So that pretty much does it for us here, SNG Now, for this week. And we hope you'll tune in again next week. We love you a whole bunch.